இன்னைக்கு ஃப்ரைடே தானே. Hi Akshay.
Hello, ma'am.
I logged in from my phone today. Okay, I'm not able to access from my laptop. So I don't think it will be a problem today. Um. Okay. So last class, I think we stopped with the plasma membrane structure. Is it not?
Yes, ma'am.
You remember what all we discussed last class?
Little bit, ma'am.
What all you remember?
So we start a new chapter.
Okay.
It's called Cell.
Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't know
And
that.
then
Thank.
we learned about
Okay.
the unicellular, multicellular.
Uh.
And then we learned about like the people who found cell.
Okay. Who are they? Tell me the history.
So Anton von Leeuwenhoek first discovered a
Hmm.
live cell.
He was the one first to discover cell.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, and his assistant Robert Brown.
You just mixed up the history. It started with Robert Hooke.
Robert Hooke and his assistant.
Who's his assistant?
Robert, no. His assistant is um wait, I don't know his assistant's name.
Anton Von. He is the one who discovered living
Anton von
cell.
Leeuwenhoek first, yeah, he described a live cell. Then
Mm,
Robert Brown later discovered nucleus. Then
mm,
Schleiden and Schwann,
mm,
they told all plants are composed of cells or something they told.
mm,
And then Schwann also, like both of them found out about plant and animal cells. And then they found out that existence of plasma membrane. And then Schwann said all plants and animals are made up of cells
mm,
or product, and then they together made the cell theory.
mm,
And then Rudolf Virchow said cells were divided and formed new cell. He told omnis cellula cellulae.
mm,
Omnis cellula e cellula, he told.
okay.
And then we learned about a cell.
Okay. Okay.
Like what is a cell?
Mm,
Smallest cell is mycoplasma.
mm,
Largest cell is ostrich egg.
mm,
Sorry, yeah, largest cell is ostrich egg.
mm,
And then we learned about neuron of squid. That is the largest nerve cell or something.
okay.
Nerve cell
Okay.
of giant squid. Longest.
Yeah, correct. Okay, great. And we started with the concept
And
of
then we
cell
learned about
envelope.
PPLO.
Yeah, correct. PPLO. Then we started the basic structures involved in prokaryotes. We saw that there was something called a cell envelope. There were
Yeah,
three
cell
layers in
envelope.
cell
And
envelope.
then,
What were they?
yeah, cell envelope. And then ribosome. And then we learned about eukaryotic cell.
Yeah, we didn't start eukaryotic. Now I'm asking you, there were three layers in cell envelope. What were they?
Three layers in cell envelope.
Hmm.
Glycocalyx.
Hmm.
Plasma membrane is the end. Middle is cell wall.
Okay, good. What were the two types of glycocalyx you could see?
Mm, mm. Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
The loose layer and the proper layer.
The loose layer and
Slime
the
layer. Slimy
what is that?
layer.
Slime layer is loose layer. The thick layer is called.
Other one is some capsule.
Okay. Then cell wall, what did we learn? What is this made up of?
Cellulose.
Cell wall of bacteria I'm talking about.
Cell wall of bacteria.
Mm. Since we are discussing about prokaryotic cell wall is made up of.
Fungi is made up of chitin.
My question is prokaryotic.
Okay. Mm. Ma'am, that is not that I don't know.
Peptidoglycan, NAG and NAM.
Oh yeah, peptidoglycan. Ma'am, but
Peptidoglycan.
that is not there in textbook, so I don't know.
Oh, it is there, sir. It's there in the animal kingdom. I mean, the biological classification chapter. Oh, this is a basic information you need to know
Yes, ma'am, peptidoglycan.
because you will see the same thing. Like in your biomolecules chapter also, you will see
ma'am.
like the composition of peptidoglycan and chitin and all. So it's important that you learn it here. There it will be easier for you.
Ma'am, 1 second, can I just turn off my video filter?
Yeah,
From last class, it is still there.
I can't see your video actually. So
Ah,
yeah,
it's good that you can't see.
it's just that I'm not going to that particular this one. I'm on another screen. That's why.
Oh, very good, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I decided to do that. Uh, okay, now we are going to see about cell membrane. Okay, so what you need to understand is how this entire concept of cell membrane and what they were formed, like how they were formed, and the current structure that we know, how is it formed, and all we are going to see. Okay, so no need to learn everything in detail, but I'll tell you a little bit of a history of how this started
Ma'am,
out.
and tomorrow 10 to 12, right?
That we will discuss at the end of the class.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, like first of all, they first thing is they wanted to find out what the cell membrane was made up of. So there were a lot of speculations. So finally they came to a decision that it is made up of lipids and proteins.
Protein.
Now they know the ingredients, but they don't know how these lipids and proteins are arranged to give that structure. So there were different people who suggested different structures. There was a person who suggested a single layer protein. There was a person who said that
Layer.
no, it is like a sandwich or a burger type. That
Oh.
is between the two layers inside wherever the filling is there, that will be your proteins. Okay, but that didn't make sense. Why it didn't make sense is because if that is a case, okay, if on the top and at the bottom there is lipid and the protein is in the center, then there will be no particle that can pass through. Okay, because lipids do not allow, only the particles which are soluble in lipids can pass through. What about those particles which are not soluble in lipids? They can't pass through it, so they need another medium. No, so that is how they discovered that it is actually a layer called as like lipid bilayer, and in between the lipid bilayer, here and there are proteins. Now, to make you understand this, I'll give you an example. Imagine a sea filled with icebergs.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so your sea is like your lipids, and your icebergs that is floating here and there are your proteins. Okay, so this is how there were two scientists. Their name was Singer and Nicholson. You need to remember this name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, their names are what? Singer and
Singer and Nicholson.
Nicholson, yes. So Singer and Nicholson were
They
the two people.
they roll the fluid mosaic model.
Yes, they were the one who said that the fluid mosaic model is nothing but in a ocean of lipids, your proteins are the icebergs. Okay, that was a statement that they gave. Okay, and that's how the final membrane structure or your fluid mosaic model is arising. Okay, now why is it called fluid mosaic model?
Because I don't know, ma'am.
See, the logic is again the same. Compare it with your iceberg and this water, which is solid there.
Obviously, iceberg.
Iceberg, right? And your fluid is
Liquid.
just liquid part. So here they are comparing that lipid bilayer to the fluid and the mosaics to the proteins.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that is the whole concept. That's how this name came up. That is called as fluid mosaic model.
Okay, ma'am.
I'll just share the screen with you 1 second. Now I can see you hogging on.
Ma'am, do you notice any difference?
You did something to your face, that much I know.
Ma'am, obviously you can only see my face in the video.
Yeah, you've cut your hair. Oh.
No, ma'am.
You look a bit more fresher. Oh, you got a day older.
Ma'am, no. Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am, you didn't get the difference. Ma'am,
yeah.
one time you look at me nicely, you'll get to know.
I think we'll better look into the PPTs nicely. Ra.
Ma'am, you don't know how, ma'am. Everyone's
Are you
got.
trying to show off your gym results to me?
Ma'am, no, ma'am, in my face.
Yeah, your face also. People try toning their face and all. I don't know which category you belong to.
I'm not in that category.
Yeah, I told you know you have done something to your face.
Ma'am, now you tell.
Did you do eyebrows or something?
Ma'am, no. Ma'am, now you see, ma'am.
I don't know. I can't understand.
Leave, ma'am. One day you'll understand.
One day I'll understand. That is what there's something to do with your face, your facial hair.
Exactly.
Yeah. uh,
It's called
oh my.
mustache. It's gone.
You had a mustache, seriously.
Ma'am, I did, ma'am. You don't know. You couldn't see it through the camera.
You're a baby. So
Huh.
yeah.
I'm 18 years old. I'm
So what?
17.
So
17
what?
years old.
Still
Ma'am.
you belong to another millennium for me. You're a baby only. However old you say. So yeah.
PPT, you didn't send only. How will I write test on Tuesday? You only tell me. You
I'm
only
not
tell
going to
me.
give you test on Tuesday, first of all. Did I tell
We
you?
decided no every Tuesday test.
We decided, but this Tuesday I didn't say.
Ma'am, 1 second, give me host permission. I have to share you. I have to show test schedule.
What do you want to show?
Test schedule.
Test schedule, is it? Send
Yeah.
it to me.
Ma'am, it's like very, I'm not able to send. You just,
Okay, we'll do that towards the end of the class.
okay. Enable participant screen sharing.
Yeah, I will do that. Not now. After I finish my class. I'm not going to disturb my class now. Okay, so we'll just start with this. I really want to finish this part. Come on, mom.
So
Where are
today
you?
we'll finish fluid mosaic model.
Only fluid mosaic model. No way. We're going to start the next session also.
Little bit. Tomorrow, 2 hours, we'll finish the next session fully and the next to next session.
Yeah, that we will discuss tomorrow. Yes. Okay. So yes, we were here, right? Can you see the screen?
Wait, let me zoom in. View options, 150%.
Eh?
Okay,
What?
200. Now, ma'am. Ma'am, now go a little bit down. Yeah, now I can see properly.
This is fine.
Yeah, I can only see till the end of cell envelope. Like, no, ma'am,
Like
I've
that.
zoomed in on the screen. No, I've zoomed in on the screen to see. No, so you have to keep scrolling one by one slide.
Yeah. That is what I'm going to do. Okay. So right now, I want you to focus on the cell envelope, cell membrane one.
Innermost layer of cell envelope,
Yes, that slide. Okay.
also called plasma membrane.
Yes, correct. So if you see, the lipids are the yellow and the red color tails, and the proteins are the blue color ones. And apart from that, there are other molecules like some carbohydrates or some lipids externally attached. Those are the ones that are shown in green and red color chains. Can you see that?
Externally attached, green and red
Yeah,
color. Yes,
like
ma'am.
they're called as a glycoprotein or glycolipid, like that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so see, like for example, your that green color round thing, no, it is attached to the lipids.
Yellow color,
So
yes. The
yes,
red
so you
color is
can
attached
call
to
them,
protein.
yeah, like you can call those that are attached to the lipids as, like, if it is a glyco chain, you can call it as a glycolipid. If it is attached to the protein, you can call it as glycoprotein.
Glycoprotein, glycolipid.
Yes, okay. So now what happens is the particles, if they are not lipid soluble, okay, not necessary that
Fat
all
soluble.
particles that pass through are lipid soluble. If they are not lipid soluble, they are going to pass through the protein membrane.
If they're not lipid soluble, they will pass through protein membrane.
Yes, and the proteins will help in the transport. So in the chapter called transport in plants, we will be learning about this in a bit more detailed manner. Okay, now, so these were the two Mahans who did this particular structure, Singer and Nicholson.
Oh, full happy.
Please, Remember, yes, they are happy people. Okay, remember their name. Okay, and lipids have, why is it called lipid bilayer?
Because they have two layers,
Two layers. How their two layers are arranged?
top and bottom sandwich.
But how?
Ocean iceberg.
No, the tail part
Oh
are
yeah, the
facing
tail
each
is the
other.
hydrophilic tail is attached to the hydrophobic head.
No. See, one lipid will have basically one head and two tail.
Mm.
Okay. Now, how they are arranged is that they are arranged like the tails will face each other, the head will face apart. See here
Apart.
in this diagram. Can you see?
Mm.
The yellow color part is your head. So the head
Mm.
is away from each other. What is facing each other?
Oh, the tail.
Tail. That is why it is called as lipid bilayer. Two layers.
Oh, ho.
Okay, that is also important to remember.
Important.
Okay. Now, so fluid mosaic model, as I said, the lipid layer is considered to be the fluid layer here. Okay.
And the proteins are considered to be
Yes,
icebergs.
and they are not completely fluid. They're quasi-fluid, partially fluid. Okay, they're something like a little bit viscous in nature. So you can't say that they're completely fluid in nature. Okay. Now we go to yes, the cell membrane composition. So as I said, your cell membrane is going to consist of phospholipid bilayer,
And here membrane is proteins,
proteins, and carbohydrates.
carbohydrates.
So these
From where
carbohydrates are the
carbohydrates?
ones I told, glycoprotein and glycolipids. Remember?
But they are all combined. They are called their carbohydrates.
Yes, because they are all derivatives of some or the other carbohydrate.
Carbohydrate.
Okay, now let us just look into this phospholipid bilayer in a little more detail. So as I said, what is going to face outwards is your head, and what is going to face inwards is your
Tail.
tail, because tail is hydrophobic. So it protects itself by not facing to the external environment. Are you getting the logic here?
Tail is hydrophobic. It protects itself by not showing it to the external environment.
Yes, correct. So it hides itself. So that is why the tails are facing each other. But who is facing the external environment? It is the head. Okay. Now, this is basically lipid. Lipid is nothing but cholesterol molecules. Okay. So in between the lipid bilayer, here and there, you can also find few cholesterol molecules, which are also
They provide rigidity and stability.
Yes. So cholesterol again is another version of your lipids only. Okay. And now we move to membrane proteins. There are two basic membrane proteins. Basically, based on where they are present, you can classify them into two types. If they are present in the center, they are called as integral protein. If they are present on the sides and the surface, then they are called as peripheral protein. Okay, so two types of membrane proteins are there. What are they?
If they're present on the inner side, it is integral protein. Peripheral side, it is peripheral proteins.
Yes. So can you see this diagram here? The big one that is there in the center, and they are called as a three proteins are there. No, they are called as integral because they are an integral part. They are together with the or whichever is on the surface and all. It's called as peripheral.
They can easily be removed.
Correct. Now we come to the carbohydrate part. So when we talk about the carbohydrate part, we have glycoproteins and glycolipids.
Glycolipids, external surface.
Yes. So now we come to the types of transport these membrane proteins are going to take care of. We will be studying again this in detail, but I'll just give you a rough hint. Okay. Sometimes what that particular protein will do, no, it will be
passive is without energy, without any ATP molecule.
Yes.
For active, you need energy.
Yeah. So what happens is that this protein is the one which is going to do this entire transport. Okay. As I said. So what these proteins will do is sometimes, it just allows the particle to, some proteins will allow the particle to just transport, go on your own, do whatever you want. Okay. So those kind of transport is where there is no energy required.
Energy used is called
passive. But in some proteins, there will be some energy pump that is attached to. Okay. So those kind of proteins, you can call them as active transport proteins.
Okay.
Okay, is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. So apart from this, there are certain, I don't know if you know this term called invignations. Are you aware of
Nope.
it?
Nope.
You not heard it? Any guesses? Like, let me see your, English skills.
Uh, uh, mm, like invagination,
Okay.
cavity, oh, proper, turning inside out,
Yeah, you
cavity or
googled it.
pouch.
You googled it, did you?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Invagination
Uh,
basically
uh,
sounds
uh, uh,
like.
Okay. So basically, it is like if you have a round structure or something,
Hmm.
if that round structure is folding itself
Imagination.
inwards and it is creating
Invagination.
a cavity,
Yes.
then it is called as membranous invaginations. So the vesicles, the round structures, the tubules that are formed, the lamellae that are formed, all these are invaginations.
Okay. In digestion also some invagination will be there, no?
Yes, yes. You can find invaginations all throughout the cells. Like for example, in endoplasmic reticulum, the structure
Hmm.
that you see is actually an invagination.
The structure in endoplasmic reticulum is invagination. Okay.
Yeah, it is basically made up of what and what? It is made up of tubules and vesicles.
Oh, like that.
Like that. Yeah. Okay. So that is something that you need to understand. Okay, about the how the invaginations are formed. Okay. Uh,
It's invaginations.
yeah. What are the like next I wanted to talk about? Yes, this is something I wanted to talk about. Very important concept.
Very important.
Yes. So we will be studying something called as microtubule later on. Okay. So that time you will see this flagella and cilia structure a little more detail. Okay.
Hmm.
And that question repeatedly is asked like in previous years.
Hmm.
I'll tell you what that is later on, but for now we will just see the external structure of flagella and cilia.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
So what is the difference between flagella and cilia?
Flagella is also appendages. Cilia is also appendages.
No, I'm asking the difference.
Uh, Flagella is present in bacteria.
Mhm.
Cilia is also present in bacteria.
Okay. See, the basic difference is that both are used for locomotions and their
Motion, yeah, that is there.
structures. But the thing is, their structure is different. Cilia is something like tiny hair-like structure, but
Hmm.
your flagella is just a whip, like a long tail-like structure.
Hmm.
Okay, but when you see from the externally, you can only see that long tail. Okay, but when you look internally, that long tail has like different parts.
Hmm.
Okay, so imagine like you have a motor, okay, which
Hmm.
is going to rotate, and you keep a pencil on top of it. When the motor rotates, what will happen to the pencil?
Hmm. The
No,
what?
imagine you have a motor,
Huh?
okay, which can rotate,
Huh?
and on top of that you're going to place your pencil.
Hmm.
Okay, and when the motor rotates, definitely the pencil also will rotate.
Yeah.
Yes, the same concept is what is applied to your flagella. Inside the prokaryote you will have something called as basal body.
Inside the prokaryote, we'll have, basal body.
Yeah, can you see the diagram there?
Yeah, basal body, cell wall, cell membrane, cytoplasm.
Yes, first focus on the basal body. Okay, and then after that there is a dark red color portion. Can you see that?
Hook.
Yes, that's a hook.
Hmm.
And the tail that you see, the long tail like structure, is the filament.
So it will start drilling.
Yeah, so basically what is going to happen is the basal body is going to attach. When it rotates, the hook is going to rotate.
Hmm.
And when the hook is going to rotate, the filament also will rotate, and that
So
will help
it
in
will move like this.
locomotion. Hello?
So it will move like this.
Like how I can't see your face now.
You should have seen.
Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, so in order to have a firm attachment, basal body will attach the body of the bacteria and the filament. In between the connector is the hook. So who is going to ideally rotate here? The hook. The hook rotates, as a result of which the filament also rotates. So your flagella consists of three parts. What are they?
Flagella consists of the hook,
Yes.
the
Tell me from inside to outside.
basal body,
Mm.
hook,
Mm.
filament.
Correct. Okay. This is one extra structure that is present. Apart from that, there's one more structure called pilus. I think I also told you. Pilus,
Yeah,
plural is
reproductive.
pili.
Pillai. Pillai.
Yeah, pili. So they help in conjugation. No
Reproduction.
motility. Like it can't move and all. It just helps in conjugation.
Reproduction.
Yes. Conjugation is a sexual reproduction in the case of bacteria.
Bacteria.
Okay, even though there is no male and female here, but still there are two bacteria involved and there is exchange of genetic material involved. That is a reason why conjugation is considered as sexual reproduction.
Sexual reproduction.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you look at this diagram here, you can see basically this connection is formed by two pili joining together. Okay. And the genetic material from one bacteria goes into the other.
Like when snake it's going.
Yeah, it's just to show the movement. Okay. We can't say like it'll really go like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So next is so we learnt about flagella, which will help in movement, pilus, which will help in
Reproduction, conjugation.
next is fimbriae. Fimbriae are like it looks like a cilia, but it is not cilia. It is going to help in the attachment process. Okay. And cilia, if you see how it moves, it is like rowing a boat.
Oh, like this.
Yeah. So, like how in while rowing a boat, you do row in one direction so that the boat is pushed, right? Same way, the cilia will have a rowing boat movement. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am. Question
Okay.
time. My favorite time.
Yeah. Very nice answer.
Which of the following statements regarding motility of bacteria is correct?
Mm.
All bacteria cells are motor and move by flagella. Wrong.
Okay.
Some bacterial cells move by fimbriae.
That's correct.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
What did I say fimbriae is used for?
Fimbriae attaches.
Ah.
Some bacterial cells move by pseudopodia. Wrong. So all are wrong. So option has to be B.
Yes. So basically, it's not necessary
Pseudopodia
that.
is used by amoeba, no?
Yeah, pseudopodia is used by amoeba for capturing
Yeah,
the
not
food
to
punch.
eat food, to engulf, not for.
Yes.
Did you
Yes.
know?
Yes. So this is all about staining. Okay. So you can classify a bacteria as gram positive and gram negative. Okay, so this is based on if the gram stain, if the particular bacteria can pick up the gram stain, then it is called as gram positive. If it can't pick up the gram stain, then it is called as gram negative. Okay, so where does the difference come is in the peptidoglycan layer. If they have the peptidoglycan like in large quantities, okay,
Then they'll be staining.
then they can stain, because who's going to absorb the stain? Peptidoglycan is going to absorb
So
the
if they
stain.
have peptidoglycan in small quantities, then they can't stain.
Correct. Yes. Okay.
That's so sad.
Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, tell me the answer
Question
to this.
time.
Yeah, tell me the answer.
Appear violet in addition of counter strain. Wait, no. Turn up pink. Turn up pink. Gram negative bacteria. Turn up
It's
pink.
gram negative. Yes. Okay. Anyway, you somehow managed. Okay. So with that, we are done with what are prokaryotic cell. What are the different organelles? So the only organelle that is there in prokaryotic cell is, which is
What?
there even in eukaryotic cell.
Cell membrane.
Cell?
Cell membranes. Cell wall.
Let me make you understand this. Your organelles means little organs which are present within the
Yeah, I know that.
cell. Cell
Golgi
membrane
apparatus,
is not an
ribosome.
organelle.
Hmm?
Cell membrane is not an organelle.
Sorry. Oh, you want to know which organelle is present?
Yes.
Cell envelope is also not an organelle.
No, it's like telling epithelial cell is organ.
Plasma membrane.
Addi vaanga para. Cell membrane, plasma membrane is the same, no?
I'm talking about ribosome, ma'am. Ribosome is present in
Uh,
bacteria,
in bacteria as well as in.
in all the other things.
Yes. So ribosome is a common organelle, which is a
Yeah.
membraneless organelle. It does
Membrane.
not
It is
have a
energy
membrane.
house of cell. Sorry, that is mitochondria. Ribosome is site
Ah.
for protein synthesis.
Many ribosomes with an mRNA is called as.
Many ribosomes.
Yes, with an mRNA is called as.
Many ribosomes is polyribosome.
Yes, also known as.
Polysome.
Mm. Now we will start with the next session.
Eukaryotic cell.
I don't think I'll be able to complete this, but I'll try my level best.
We will finish it.
Okay, so these are all recall that we already did, so I don't think we need to repeat this. Now we will talk about.
Ma'am, let's meet some of eukaryotes. Wait.
Yeah, we are starting with that only. Yeah.
No.
So, like when you see in the 5 kingdom classification, tell me what are the 5 different kingdoms that are there?
Monera, Protista, Plantae, Animalia. No, Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia.
Yes. So apart from Monera, the rest all are eukaryotic in nature.
Eukaryotes.
Okay.
Yes,
Euglena is the euglenoid. It belongs to the class euglenoid.
Euglenoid, belonging to Protista.
Yes, Protista. Fungi belongs to fungi.
Fungi.
Plants belong to plants. Animal
The
belongs
rabbit
to.
looks so cute.
Yeah, I know, right?
Kill it and
Okay.
eat rabbit soup.
Okay. So yes, now we will talk about eukaryotic cell. So when we talk about eukaryotic cell, the basic definition is they have a true nucleus.
Yes,
When I
ma'am.
say
Membrane
true
bound structure.
nucleus means they have a nuclear
Membrane.
membrane, also known as nuclear envelope.
Envelope.
Is
They
it
do not
double
have a
membrane or
nucleoid.
single membrane?
They do not have a nucleoid.
We do not have a nucleoid, yes. Is it a double membrane or a single membrane?
Double.
Okay, cool. Now, is it a continuous membrane or does it have gaps in between?
Gaps.
Why? What are they called? If they have gaps, what are they called and why?
If they have gaps, they're called, I don't remember.
Nuclear pores.
Nuclear pores, because we have
Okay.
organelles.
No. The thing is, the nucleus is like the head office. From there, information has to be passed out in and out of the cell, right? So when that movement has to happen, there should be some opening, no, through which they can pass. And that opening is a pore. So the gap between the nuclear membrane is used to transport substances in and out of the nucleus.
The gap between nuclear membrane, that is nuclear pore, is used to transport substances in and out of the nucleus.
Correct, yes. And eukaryotic cell have all membrane bound organelles.
Okay.
Now, when I say membrane bound organelles, it can be a single membrane or it can be a
double
membrane. Okay.
So nuclear pore is used, the gaps present around the nuclear membrane.
Between the nuclear membrane.
Between the nuclear membrane used to transport substances within and outside, inside and outside of the nuclear district.
Correct, yes. So I already told you what organelles are, right? So now when we focus upon, like, there are minute differences between plant cell and animal cell. But general prokaryotic cell, it's all the concepts are the same. The only thing is, in the case of plant cell, you have a larger vacuole, but in the animal cell, small ones are present. And in the case of plant cell, it is not Golgi body, it is dictyosome.
Dictyosome.
Yes. Many Golgi bodies together forms a structure called as dictyosome.
I have only not heard about this in my life.
Yeah, because many textbooks don't pressurize on this term, but
No
actually
teacher is as good as Pooja, ma'am. That's why they don't tell about all this.
Day. I don't know. I'm not going to give you any extra marks that day. Okay. Then the
if you
next
were my class teacher, by now I would have got 5-6 marks. Free.
Yeah. You should become a salesperson, not a doctor.
My doctor is a business. Medicine is a business.
Yeah. Don't go with that attitude though. Anyway, then another difference is there's a structure called centriole, but whereas that structure is absent in plant cell.
Plant cell. And plant cells have cell wall. Animal cells don't have cell wall.
Yes, these are the fundamental differences. Now let's go,
Question time.
in deep. Before that, okay, question time. Answer this.
Which of the following is not found in eukaryotic cell? Nucleus without a membrane, obviously.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Look at that dog.
It's a very cute dog digging deep. Let's see what it digs deep.
Digging
You
hole.
know this poo-poo paper?
What is poo-poo paper?
You don't know poo-poo paper?
Poop.
Yes, it's a poop paper. It's called poo-poo paper.
What do you do with poop paper?
This poop.
Wait, sir, what will I do with a poop paper?
It's a paper. What do you do with the paper?
Oh, that guy who made paper from elephant shit.
Yeah, not only one guy. It is actually a business.
Oh, you mean poop, like the paper made from poop,
Yes, not our poop.
like elephant poop,
Yes, because it is
Elephant
fibrous
cow.
and it consists of cellulose.
elephant cow, and all that.
Yes. Where did this cellulose in the poop come from? That is my question.
Because it's eating all green things, no?
Yes. So where does a green thing have the cellulose?
Plant,
Plant la engada?
grass.
Aunty vaanga pora.
Cellulose is present in what? Ma'am, it's present in plants only, no?
In plants where?
Oh, like that you're asking. It's present in the.
Where is it present?
Wait, wait. I remember this. It's present in that cell wall.
Correct. Yes. Cell
Oh,
wall of
that's
plants is
what
made up
asking.
of cellulose. So since the elephants are herbivores and they only eat plants after plants,
Even grass. Even
Yes.
this thing. What is
so
that called?
their poop is highly enriched. Now you may ask why not a goat poop, or why not? You can take goat poops and all, but when you talk about on a larger perspective, the poop that you get from elephant is more in amount than the any other organisms.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Okay. Now we come to the cell wall. The cell wall, as we discussed, is absent in animal
Fungal cell
cells.
made of chitin, plant cells, cellulose.
Yes. And yes, it is absent in animals. Okay. Now algal cell wall consists of, okay, now it's not necessary you learn this here, because anyway, there are different types of algae like Rhodophyceae, Phaeophyceae and all. One more is there, no? Chlorophyceae. Yes. So depending upon what type of red or green or brown algae, the cell wall composition also will change. So there we will learn about algae composition. For now, just remember fungi and bacteria and plants.
Bacteria is made up of
Peptidoglycan.
peptidoglycan.
Yes. Okay. Now, when we talk about cell wall is actually not a single layer. It is made up of multiple layers. The outermost layer is called primary cell wall.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, because when the formation of the cell wall also happens, this is a layer which comes out first. So primary cell wall. Okay. Then we have three other layers, which we call it as secondary cell wall. Okay. Like after the primary cell wall, the one that comes is the first secondary cell wall, then the second secondary cell wall, and third secondary cell wall. So secondary cell wall has three layers. Okay. So altogether in a plant cell wall, how many layers are present?
4.
Correct. Outermost is?
Primary cell wall.
Then is?
Secondary cell wall.
How many secondary cell walls?
3.
Okay, very good.
That
Now
is
the difference
5%.
between primary and secondary. The composition is what is going to change majorly. Okay. Now, what is interception and what is opposition? We will learn it a bit later,
I
not
can't
now.
even see that on my screen.
This one here, the third point.
Oh, interception
Yes. Okay.
and opposition.
Yes. For now, that you need to remember is primary cell wall has more of hemicellulose, lipids, and proteins.
Primary cell wall has more hemicellulose, lipids, and proteins. Secondary
Yes.
cell wall
Even
has
if you
less.
don't remember the number, it's okay.
Just know which has more hemicellulose lipids protein.
Yes, yes.
And
And
it is universal. Secondary cell wall is absent in meristem cells.
correct. Why? Why it's absent in meristem cells?
Pata nahi.
Because meristem cells is something that will divide. Okay. So if there
Oh
is
yeah,
a
meristem cells keep
secondary cell
dividing.
wall
Because
that
of them only plants are growing.
yeah, correct. So if they're continuously dividing, so if they have a secondary cell wall, the division is going to be a little difficult. That's the reason why they don't have a secondary cell wall.
Hmm.
Okay. The
Yes,
next
ma'am.
one is called as a middle lamellae.
We have learned about lamellae somewhere, no?
And that is stroma lamellae in chloroplast.
Hmm.
So basically, if you see one plant cell, another plant cell, that blue
This
color
gap.
area is
There
there.
is
No,
gap. Hmm.
that gap, that entire area, that is called as middle lamellae.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the plant cells don't have any openings. No. So how will cell wall means it's a wall. Now can you pass through the wall?
No.
Yes. Same way in this also the name itself says it's cell wall. So the substances can't pass through this.
Hmm.
Okay. So there should be some opening for the substances from the external
That is middle
environment to
lamellae.
enter. Yes, that's where this plasmodesmata comes.
Oh,
Okay.
connect cells.
Yes, like how you have like a door that connects from one room to another room.
Hmm.
Same way, the plant cell will have a common opening.
Plasmodesmata to connect from one room to another
Yes,
room.
it connects one cytoplasm of one plant cell and another cytoplasm of another plant cell.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that is very important. Why I am saying that way is because you must not think that it's just connecting two cell walls
Cell
together.
walls.
It's not like that. It's connecting the two cytoplasms of two plant cells. Can you see that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool. Now,
Ma'am, just 1 second. I'll come back.
yeah.
Just 1 second. Hey, கத்தாதடா. பேய் மாதிரி கத்துற. யாரும் வரல இல்ல நீயே உன்கிட்ட பேசிட்டு இருக்கியா என்ன? ஓ ஃபோன் பேசிட்டு இருக்கியா? கத்தாத. Yes, ma'am.
Who are you modifying?
Oh, my dad.
I feel sorry for them.
No,
Anyway,
ma'am, he's screaming so much, so loudly he's talking.
okay. Cool. Now we come to what are the functions of cell wall. So as it is, it's outside, so it is protection, major function. And it protects
Cell
the
wall's
plant,
function is to protect.
yes, from all sorts of injuries. And it also gives a rigid structure to the plant.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if not cell wall means all plants will be in their own different shapes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
And it also helps the plants to interact from one cell to another. With by what does it do that?
Ma'am,
Like how does a cell wall help in communication between one cell and another cell?
pata nahi.
We just learned.
Oh, plasmodesmata.
Correct. Because of the presence of plasmodesmata, they're able to connect. Okay.
Communicate.
Now, what is the
Well-
answer to this question?
Ma'am, I can't see the question only.
Which layer of cell wall is common to all cells?
Ma'am, can you go a little bit down? I can't see question. Like I'm zoomed in like to the question slide.
If I go a little bit down, you'll see the answer now.
Ma'am, I can't see because I'm fully zoomed in. I can only
Okay,
see
I
the
will
cell
tell
wall.
you the question. Listen to the question.
Hmm.
Which layer of cell wall is common to all cells?
Wait, ma'am, I'll only see which layer of cell wall is common to all cells. Obviously, primary wall.
Hmm?
Middle lamella.
Are you sure?
No, I think it's middle lamella.
The question says, which layer of cell wall is common to all cells? It
Oh,
does
cell
not.
wall is not present in animals only.
Yeah, it does not. No. It does not say that for, which is a common layer for all types of cells. Like cell wall is common to all types of cells. That is not the question. The question is, which is a layer of cell wall which is common to all cells? All cells here we are talking about all plant cells. Going back to this image, what is a layer which is common in all?
Middle lamella.
Correct. The middle lamella is actually a common pathway for both all the plant cells. So the answer is middle lamella. Okay. Anyway, such kind of ambiguous questions they won't ask. So don't worry about it. It's just to test.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Now
after
I'm
cell
happy.
wall will be your cell membrane. Cell membrane structure is called as
A fluid mosaic,
model or phospholipid.
phospholipid bilayer.
Yes, it's called as selectively permeable. Why?
Permeable, yeah, because it will allow transfer. Like sometimes it will allow, sometimes it won't allow.
No. Sometimes it will allow, sometimes it will
It will
not
only allow
allow.
desired. It will
Semi-permeable.
only allow desired things.
Yes, it
Whatever
will
it doesn't
choose.
require, it won't allow.
Correct. Yes. Okay. So cell membrane is something that is common in both prokaryotes as well as eukaryotes.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, this is something that you already know. Our body is made up of 70% of water. Correct.
Hmm.
So now, when this is the composition of our body, what about individual cells? How much percentage of water do you think is present in an individual cell?
Wait 1 second. I'll zoom out a little bit. Wait. Uh, where is zoom setting? What? Huh? 1 second.
What are you doing?
I'm like, usually it is an optimized view, no?
Hmm.
So it is usually 100% original size. Like it is usually fit to window viewing
Hmm.
option. So
Hmm.
I've zoomed it a little bit because I can't see it. So now I've zoomed in too much. No, you don't need to zoom in. I'll only zoom in. Like you don't need to do anything. You
I'm
can
just
just turn
checking
off.
if I zoom in, you can see or not.
Yes, ma'am. About
Yes. So, your what like how in throughout our body we have majorly water. Same way, if you take a cell also,
hmm.
okay, cell consists of a lot of water. Every cell I'm talking about, okay,
Hmm.
it also consists of water. In what form? Do you have any idea?
Liquid form.
Not like that. Like, what is the term that is given? Where is the water present in the cell?
It's present in the Golgi body.
It is present in the cytoplasm.
She
Yes. See,
so happy I
cytoplasm.
was because Golgi
Yeah.
apparently consists of 95% water.
Yeah, but it is also a cell organelle, so it's fine. But major water consists, I mean, it's present in the cytoplasm. Okay. Basically, your vacuoles are the ones which are going to store all the extra waters and salts and ions. Okay. Now, when we talk about cytoplasm, the name cyto is cell, plasm refers to anything that is fluidy.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
That is why
semi-fluid
our
matrix.
blood water is called as plasma.
Plasma.
Yes, plasma has water and 95% of water, remaining 5% is proteins.
Proteins.
Okay. Now, when you talk about cytoplasm, cytoplasm is made up of cell organelles and a liquid called as cytosol.
Oh,
What is it called?
cytosol.
Yes, Cytosol. Now, it's not very difficult to remember this name. Why? Because the name itself explains what it is. Sol here stands for solution,
Okay, ma'am.
and cyto stands for
Fluid.
cell.
Sorry. Cell solution.
Yes, the solution of the cell is called as cytosol, and
Hmm.
along with cell organelles will form your cytoplasm.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so with your entire plasma membrane is going to enclose the cytoplasm, and in this only your all the cell organelles are placed.
Why is that skeleton dancing, ma'am?
Yes. Now the next thing is that, like, how in our body on a larger perspective, if you see, we are having a structure, is it not?
Hmm.
Yes. Who's giving that structure and framework?
Skeleton.
Yes, that's why that skeleton is dancing there,
Oh,
telling that I am.
cytoskeleton is that it is that network of some structure, filament structure.
Yes. So same way, like how we have the structures, each individual cells also have a skeleton-like structure, but it is not the same composition as that of our skeletons. They are made up of certain filament-like structures. Okay, these are present throughout the cytoplasm, and that is the reason why you will be able to like the particular cell has a structure. Also, these cytoskeletons are like roads. Say, for
Hmm.
example, if I want to travel from here to the next street, if I don't have any road or any pathway, will it be easy for me to travel?
No.
Yes, same way, if one substance from the one organelle has to go to another organelle, means there should be some pathway, no? And
Hmm.
that pathway within the cell is actually rooted by your cytoskeleton.
So two cells are connected by plasmodesmata, and pathway within the cell is by cytoskeleton
Yes, and cytoskeleton gives a framework.
framework.
Yes, what is it made up of? It is made up of microtubules and microfilaments.
And it consists of intermediate filaments.
Yeah, yeah. Just imagine, you know, the scaffoldings.
Cuff holdings.
Yeah, scaffoldings are the ones that they put
On
on,
suits.
like when they are
Yeah.
painting the. No, not that is scuff. That is
Yeah, cuff.
cufflinks. I
Yeah,
am
cuff
talking about
holdings.
scaffoldings.
Cuff holdings, I don't know.
You know that, you have seen it. Like, see, when they're constructing a building and all, the outside they will put this pipe kind of thing on which they can climb and they can do the work.
Ah, framework, I know. They
Yes,
put
that is
that and
called
then they
scuff.
put big sack over it so painting doesn't come out or something.
Actually, don't have any scuff.
Scaffolding.
This one.
Ah, I know. Before building. See, first one is Holiday Inn, Tidal Park Signal. SRP tools, Holiday Inn, that is.
Yeah, yeah. So,
It is actually that only, ma'am. If you click, you'll see.
yeah, yeah, okay.
It will be that
Okay.
only, I think. It looks like that ship.
Okay. So, yeah, that scaffolding madrida inside a cell, it will be present.
Hmm.
Okay, va? Now, yes. So, what are basically your microfilaments and microtubules is what we are going to see. Okay.
Hmm.
So, if you see a cytoskeleton, it will be like this. There will be microtubules,
Hmm.
then there will be microfilaments, and in between them, there will be intermediate filaments.
Microtubules, microfilaments, in between them, intermediate filaments.
Yes, yes. So when you talk about what are these intermediate filaments, they are basically there to give the strength for the cells and tissues. That's it. They're just the connecting ones which make sure the cell is holding on properly,
Yes,
structural
ma'am.
wise. Okay. Then microfilaments are
Ma'am,
basically
all
your
these will ask,
actin.
no, ma'am.
Which one?
Like these questions, what do microfilaments help in?
Microfilaments you need to know because when you come to human physiology, when you learn about muscle contraction, you will learn about microfilaments and microtubules there also.
From the
Okay.
chapter, what are the important things they'll ask?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you at the end of the chapter.
Huh.
Okay. But this chapter is a fundamental for many chapters. So it's better you learn the terms here well.
Oh,
Okay.
like I'll be using these terms in.
Yes, correct. Yes. The same knowledge, if you know what is this, then it will be easy for me for the other chapters. That's why.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Now see, there are two proteins which are called as actin and myosin.
Actin, myosin.
You would have heard of it, no? And when you studied about
Actin
the
helps in cell movement.
both actin as well as myosin, they are responsible for your muscle contraction.
Yeah, actin and myosin. As actin is in their motor proteins. They contract and myosin will relax.
Not
No. Myosin will contract.
No. That's not how it works. It's called as a cross bridge theory. It's totally different. You can't say which protein actually contracts or relaxes here. Okay.
But myosin is mostly for contraction, no?
I'll tell you. Basically, myosin is nothing but it has one big head, okay, and one tail,
Hmm.
okay. And actin is like, you can see this picture here, the green color molecules. So there'll be two chains. They'll be whirled around each other like this.
Hmm.
So what will happen is your that big head of the myosin, no, it will come and bind with the actin, and it will pull the actin. And when it pulls the actin, contraction
Contract.
happens.
That's what myosin responsible for contraction.
You can't say exclusively one particular thing. If actin is not there, then myosin irundu illadadu onnuda.
Correct.
It's not exclusive. Okay. So this is on a larger perspective I am talking about. But when you talk within a cell, the microfilaments, basically we are only talking about actin, and actin is responsible for cell movements. I told you, no, they help in moving substances across the cell. So who exactly does that in the cytoskeleton? It is a microfilament. Is this concept clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, next is microtubules. Microtubule will help in both your cell movement as well as mechanical support. So mechanical support, only mechanical support is the intermediate filament. Both mechanical as well as movement is microtubules, and microfilament is going to help you in cell movement.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then we move on to cytoskeleton is done. So answer this question. I mean, I don't want to see. Which
I
amongst
can't
the
see the
following?
question. Okay, which among The following is a part of cytoskeleton.
Huh?
All of the above.
Yes, correct. Actin filaments is nothing but your microfilaments.
Microfilaments. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when the entire cytoplasm is made up of this, that is your microtubule and intermediate
The
filaments
entire
and
cytoplasm is made up of cytoskeletal elements.
yes, the cytoskeleton consists of these three things. Okay. Apart from that,
Microtubules, microfilaments,
yes, and
intermediate filaments.
Apart from that, there are few other organelles, like I told you earlier, like cilia, flagella, centriole. These three organelles are also made up of your microtubules.
Microtubules.
Yes. So I'm not going to start with this right now because it requires a little more. I'll be comfortable if I have the laptop to explain. I want to draw and explain.
Oh.
Okay. So I'm just stopping here. We will continue with it in the next class. Okay. Now regarding the class.
Oh.
Ayo, wait a second. Eating settings. Why this guy alone has? I don't have. I will also.
You won't. You will never get it.
Hey, no, I have. This is my phone, no, so I should be having. I have virtual background, which I don't want to.
You will have. Next to virtual background, you will have more.
That option's not it.
Choose video filter. Choose virtual background. Next to virtual background, you'll have video filter.
I don't like this virtual background. They make me bleh. There is no more option. Oh, so sad. Meeting settings is there. But I don't.
Ma'am, yeah, allow me to share this thing. I have to share. No, I told.
Okay. Yes.
Give
Before that,
permission.
tomorrow's.
Class is from 10 to
Class.
12. No changes, ma'am. Come on. Please wake up.
No.
Do not be
Tomorrow,
lazy
10
on a
to
weekend.
12. I have a commitment at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
What,
I
man?
can't. I have to go tomorrow morning. So I don't think morning it's possible for me tomorrow. I'll be leaving home around 9:30 or so. So I really can't do that tomorrow.
Ma'am, what will do tomorrow 1 hour, Sunday 1 hour?
At what time?
You tell, ma'am.
Tomorrow at what time are you free?
8:30 to 9:30.
Why do you want to torture me, man? I'm not feeling well actually. Hey, where to share this thingy?
Ma'am, you just have to go to meeting set. Ma'am, make me host.
That's what I'm trying to make host. Done.
Ah, the host is here.